थोड़ा सा Assalamu alaikum class 9 students. How are you? Today we are doing, this is our topic about heartbeat which we will discuss today. Okay. Okay, beta, you can see on the screen. Okay, beta, today we will start our topic from heartbeat. Okay, this is heartbeat. How does our heart work? The function of heart which we have discussed in our previous lecture. That our heart consists of four chambers. Upper chambers are called atrium and lower chambers are called ventricles. And we also discussed first the blood comes from the body to left atrium, then comes to the right atrium, and after the left ventricle, and then this blood goes to our right atrium. Okay, and the right atrium get oxygenated blood from the lungs, then it comes to right ventricle which is the largest part of the heart, and then this blood comes to our aorta, and in this process the blood goes each and every organ inside our body. Okay, now we will discuss what is heartbeat and how is it made. Okay, so what is heartbeat? Okay, so I will explain you how it is made. The relaxation of heart chambers fills them with blood, and contraction of chambers propels blood out of them. The alternating relaxation and contraction make up the cardiac cycle. So this is very important. What is cardiac cycle? Before understanding the concept of heartbeat, this is important. We have to know about the cardiac cycle. What is a cardiac cycle? So the alternation, relaxations and contractions of chambers of heart make up the cardiac cycle, and one complete cardiac cycle makes one heartbeat. So what is happened? The and one complete cardiac cycle makes one heartbeat. So you can see definition of cardiac cycle. It is starting from here. Please underline in your book. The alternating relaxations and contractions make up the cardiac cycle. And one complete cardiac cycle makes one heartbeat. This is a definition of cardiac cycle. We can say, we also know, first the heart fills with blood. So when it is going to fill with blood, at that time the all chambers of heart are relaxed. But once it is filled, then it is contracted. Okay, so when the contraction is happened, then all blood flow into the aorta, and from aorta there are different arteries which goes each and every organ. So they get blood from the heart and take up to the relevant organ. Okay. So what do we say? The alternating relaxation and contraction make up the cardiac cycle, and one complete cardiac cycle makes one heartbeat. So it's a definition of cardiac cycle. Now we will discuss about steps of cardiac cycle. How does it work? Okay. So complete cardiac cycle consists of the following steps. So which we will study now. These are the steps of cardiac cycle. Okay. So what are the steps are involved in cardiac cycle? So the first point is that cardiac diastole. First point is that cardiac diastole. What is that? So atria and ventricles. We all know atria is the upper chamber of the heart and ventricles are the lower chamber of the heart. So atria and ventricles relax and blood is filled in atria. I also told you when heart relax, at that time the blood is filled in atria and ventricles, means all chambers of the heart. At that time the blood is filled. This period is called cardiac diastole. In simple words, we can say the time at which the heart is filled by blood, that time period is called cardiac diastole. Okay. After that, the next step which is involved in cardiac diastole, cardiac cycle is atrial systole. What is atrial systole? Immediately after their filling. Okay, so when the blood is completely filled in the heart, so what is happened? Both atria contract and pump blood towards ventricles. So when once the heart is filled, once the heart is filled with blood, so immediately after their filling, both atria contract and pump blood towards ventricles. I have told you that our heart consists of four chambers. Upper chambers are called atria and lower chambers are called ventricles. Okay. So the one, what is cardiac diastole? It is a time period at which four chambers of heart are filled with blood. What is a atrial systole? It means immediately after their filling, both atria contract and pump blood towards ventricles. So both atria are filled with blood and they pump their blood to ventricles. So this period in cardiac cycle is called atrial systole. So we call this cardiac cycle is called atrial systole. Okay. So next step is that which we discussed, that is ventricular systole. What is ventricular? This is atrial systole. Now we will discuss ventricular systole. So both ventricles, come to next page. So both ventricles, come to page number 195. Okay, now you can see both ventricles. Okay, you can see when both ventricles are contract and pump blood towards body and lungs. The period of ventricular contraction is called ventricular systole. Okay, so the next step of cardiac cycle is called ventricular systole. It is a time period when blood comes into the ventricle, so the ventricles are contracted and they send this blood towards body and to our lungs. So we can say that our uh, our cardiac cycle consists of 3 points. First is cardiac diastole, a time period at which the heart is filled by blood. The all chambers of the heart is filled by blood. Second is called atrial systole. It is a time period after filling the blood in the heart, the atria are contracted and they pump blood towards to the ventricles. And ventricular systole is a time period at which both ventricles are contracted and pump the blood towards to the body and to the lungs. So these steps are involved in cardiac cycle. This is very important. You have to underline they are important for your short questions. Now we will discuss in detail what is a heartbeat. Okay, so in one heartbeat we can say diastole lasts about 0.4 seconds. It means a diastole process takes 0.4 seconds. Atrial systole takes about 0.1 seconds and ventricular systole lasts about 0.3 seconds. So underline these time periods. Okay, this is written here in one heartbeat diastole. Okay, so it is talking about the this is the first point which we have discussed, cardiac diastole. Okay, so actually it is a cardiac diastole. In this paragraph we have discussed that in cardiac cycle 3 points are involved. First is cardiac diastole, second is atrial systole, and the third one is ventricular systole. Okay, so now in one heartbeat, cardiac diastole lasts about 0.4 seconds. It means it takes only 0.4 seconds. Atrial systole take time only 0.1 second, and ventricular systole take about only 0.3 seconds. Okay, so you have to underline at these times in your book. Now we will discuss what is a loved up sound. Okay, so you can see it is given in your book. You have to underline it. Loved up. Okay, so what is loved up? So when ventricles contract, tricuspid and bicuspid walls close, and love sound is produced. Okay, tricuspid and bicuspid wall. I told you about the structure of the heart. Tricuspid wall are present between the left atrium and the left ventricle. Okay, and these are three flaps between these chambers. And bicuspid walls are present in between left atrium and left ventricle. Okay, and these are two flaps which make the path between two chambers, and they are open when the blood in the heart pass from atrium to ventricle. Okay, and when it is passed, they are open, and once the blood is passed, then they are closed. So the blood which is passed is never back to the atrium. Okay, so when ventricles contract, tricuspid and bicuspid okay, close, and love sound is produced. Similarly, when ventricles relax, the semilunar walls close and dub sound is produced. Okay, so the semilunar walls we also discussed. They are present between the aorta and the ventricles. Okay, so when the semilunar walls close, at that time dub sound is produced. So love dub can be heard with the help of a stethoscope. Okay, so stethoscope you all know about it. So love dub sound can be heard by when we heard by stethoscope. Okay, so it is important short question loved up. Okay, so you have to underline in your book. Its answer will start from here till of a stethoscope. Okay, so this paragraph is very important. In this topic part B, we have discussed about 4 to 5 definitions. First, we have discussed about what is a cardiac cycle. Okay, then we discuss about the steps of cardiac cycle. They are cardiac diastole, atrial systole, and ventricular systole. After that, we have discussed the time pattern, that how much time they take to do the procedure, and then we have discussed about the left sound. Now we will discuss the cycles. The average human heart beats 70 times per minute, so it would beat approximately 2.5 billion times during a lifetime of 66 years. So, if a person has a life cycle of 66 years, and if his heart is beating 70 times a minute, so in his whole life, his heart will beat approximately 2.5 billion times. So this is very important and underline in your book. 2.5 billion times. In normal adults, the mass of heart is 250 to 350 grams. This is also important for your MCQs. In normal adults, the mass of heart means the weight of the heart is about 250 to 350 grams, and the size is equal to a clenched fist. Okay, so if you close your fingers with your palm, so its size is equal to like that. Okay, and its weight is about 250 to 350 grams. So underline these things in your book. These all are very important. Now we will discuss the diagram, and we understand the cardiac cycle with the help of a diagram. So you can see in the diagram, okay, it is starting from cardiac diastole. You can see it is a time period at which the blood is filling in the heart in all chambers. These are the upper chambers of the heart. They are called atria, and these are the lower chambers of the heart. They are called ventricles. So this is the time period at which the heart is filling by the blood, and this procedure takes only 0.4 seconds. So after that, what will be happen? Okay, it is called an atrial systole, in which the after filling the heart. Immediately, the atrium are contracted and they pass the blood into the ventricle. So this procedure is taken by the heart, and this procedure takes only 0.1 seconds. After that, the blood comes into the ventricles. When atrium will be when atrium will be contracted, so what will be happen? This blood will comes into the ventricles. Okay, so this process is called ventricular systole, and this will take the 0.3 seconds. So if collectively we see 0.4, 0.1, then 0.5 and 0.3. So this all procedure is happened only in 0.8 seconds. Okay. So because of that, now I will tell you how lambda sound is produced. So we all of know that the walls are present between right atrium and left ventricle, and these walls are trigers, means there are three pairs between these two chambers. So when they are closed, okay, so at that time love sound is produced, and when there is bicuspid walls are present between left atrium to right left ventricle. So when this is closed, at that time dub sound is produced. So the whole procedure produces the love dub sound. Okay, and we can hear this sound with the help of a stethoscope. So I hope you understand it. This diagram showing us the complete cardiac cycle. Okay, this is a complete cardiac cycle, and we also discussed that cardiac cycle consists of 3 points. First is cardiac diastole, second is atrial systole, and the third one is ventricular systole. This procedure will take 0.4 seconds, this procedure will take 0.1 second, and this procedure will take 0.3 seconds. So I hope you underline these times in your book because they are important for your NCQs. Okay, now come to the next topic. Okay, now we will discuss about the heart rate and pulse rate. Okay, first we discuss the structure of the heart, then we discuss the heartbeat, now we discuss heart rate and pulse rate. Heart rate is the number of times the heart beats per minute. What is a heart rate? It's a definition of heart rate. Heart rate actually the number of times. Okay, actually it is the number of times the heart beats. The heart beats per minute. Okay, the heart beats per minute. So what is happened at that time and what is the pulse? Okay, at rest of during normal activities, the normal heart rate is 70 times. Underline in your book. In normal condition, the heart rate is 70 times per minute in men and 75 per minute in women. Okay, now we will come to the next page. Here it is, you can see. So I was telling you about the heart rate that in adult in men, the heart rate is about 70 times per minute, and in women, the heart rate is 75 times per minute. Okay, the heart rate fluctuates a lot of depending on factors such as activity level and stress level. Heart rate fluctuate means it shows the variations. Why? Because of a lot of factors such as activity, okay, the activity which they are doing, and and about the stress level and the stress, how much the stress they are taking. Okay, so these all things are affect the heart rate. Okay, um, so um, Okay, now we will discuss the pulse. Heart rate can be measured by feeding the pulse. Okay, so this reality we know about it that normally our heart beats 70 times per minute, and men's heart beats at 70 times per minute, and women's heart beats at 75 times per minute. Okay, But now question is that how can we measure the heart rate? So for this procedure, heart rate can be measured by feeling the pulse. So we can measure the heart rate by feeling the pulse. So what is pulse? This is the definition of pulse. Pulse is the rhythmic expansion and contraction of an artery as blood is forced through it by the regular contraction of heart. Okay. So what is a pulse? Pulse is a rhythmic expansion and contraction of an artery. Okay, so this is actually what is pulse. Pulse is an artery inside the body and it shows expansion and contraction. Okay, so it expands and contracts all the time. Why? Because when the blood is forced through it, so when the blood is passed through it forcefully by the regular contractions of heart. So as the heart contract and relax, so at that time the blood is pushed in this artery by contraction and relaxation of the heart. And because of that, we can measure the heart rate. We can measure the heart rate. Okay. So pulse can be felt at areas where artery is close to skin. So this artery we can feel that in that at that area which are near to our skin, for example, at wrist, neck, groin, or top of foot. Most commonly, people measure their pulse in their wrist. Okay? So the most common area in the body from where we can measure the heart rate, we can measure the pulse, that is our wrist. Okay? So I hope you understand it. Okay, what is a heartbeat? Okay, and what is heart rate and how can we measure it? We can measure heart rate with the help of pulse. Okay, and how the pulse with the help of pulse and what is a pulse? Pulse is an artery which is directly attached with the heart. So when heart contracts and relax, so it pushes back the blood in the artery by force, and because of that artery contract and relax, and that's why we can find the artery, and we can find this artery in that areas which are near to our skin. For example, wrist, neck, groin, or top of the foot. And most commonly, people measure their pulse in their wrist. Okay, now your topic heart is ended. Okay, now we will come to the next topic. This is a practical work which is given in your book. Now we will discuss the next page. Come to the next page. Now we will discuss about the blood vessels. Okay. Before starting this topic, because we all know we are discussing about the we all know that we are discussing about the uh, transport in human. And in the start of the topic, I have told you that transport in humans consists of three parts. First, it is consists of blood, okay, and we have discussed in a detail what is blood, what is the composition of blood, and how many types of blood, and what are ABO, blood group system, what is RH factor, okay, and what are the disorders of blood, okay. After that, second part of transport in human is was about heart, okay, and we also discuss about the structure of the heart. We discuss about the systematic and cardiac system in the heart. Then we discuss about the heartbeat, and today we have discussed about the heart rate and pulse rate. Okay, and this is the third topic of transport in universe, that is blood vessels. Vessels means small tubes which are present in which are responsible to take blood. Okay, to take blood from the heart to the relevant organs. And how do they work and what is their introduction? These all things we will discuss in this topic. So what is a blood vessel? First is blood vessel. What are these? Okay. So you can see the third part of blood circulatory system are blood vessels, which function to transport blood throughout body. Okay, it's a definition of blood vessels. Okay, these are the third part of our circulatory system, and these are blood vessels, and their function is to transport blood throughout the body. The most important vessels in blood circulatory system are arteries, veins, and capillaries. So, what are the most important blood vessels in our body? They are arteries, veins, and capillaries. Okay. So first we will take the introduction of arteries. What are arteries? So first I will tell the definition of arteries. What are arteries? Arteries are the blood vessels that carry blood away from heart. So what is the important work of artery? They receive blood from the heart and then take away from heart, okay, to the relevant organ. In adults, all arteries with the exception of the pulmonary arteries carry oxygenated blood. So if we talk about all arteries in the body except pulmonary artery, all arteries have oxygenated blood in them, okay, except pulmonary artery, and all remaining arteries are filled with oxygenated blood. Now we will discuss the structure of artery. What is the structure of artery? The structure of artery is well adapted to their function. Okay, they are well adapted to their function. What is their function? The walls of an artery are The walls of an artery are composed of three layers. Okay, so keep in your mind the walls of arteries are made up of composed of three layers, and these are outermost layer, middle layer, and inner layer. Okay, it consists of three layers: outermost layer, middle layer, and innermost layer. What are these three layers? These three layers are outermost layer, middle layer, and innermost layer. So first we discuss the outermost layer. This is the first layer of an artery. The outermost layer is made of connective tissues. Okay, the middle layer is made up of smooth muscles and elastic tissues, while the innermost layer is made up of endothelial cells. The hollow internal cavity in which blood flows is called lumen. So you have to underline these things in your book. We are studying about the structure of an artery. So the structure of an artery consists of three important layers. First one is called the outermost layer. This is made up of connective tissue. Second one is the middle layer. It is made up of smooth muscles and elastic tissues. And the innermost layer. It is made up of endothelial cells. And after these layers, there is a hollow part. Okay, the hollow internal cavity. Hollow means empty. The hollow internal cavity in which blood flows. That is called lumen. Okay, so the internal part of an artery is called lumen. Okay. After that, we will discuss what are arterioles. So when arteries enter body organs, okay, for example, aorta pump blood, aorta, heart pump blood to aorta, and from aorta there is an artery which is going to our stomach. Okay, so it will receive the blood and take to the relevant organ in stomach. Some arteries, arteries do different. Some take blood to the brain, some take to the lower part of the body. Okay, so when arteries enter body organs, they divide into smaller vessels. So they further divided into smaller vessels known as arterioles. What are they called? They are known as arterioles. So it's a definition of arterioles. Okay, you have to underline when arteries enter body organs, they divide into smaller vessels known as arterioles. So arterioles enter tissues and divide into capillaries. So arterioles enter tissues inside the body and further divide into capillaries. So capillaries are very small tubes which are present each and every organ. Okay. Now we will discuss next. This was the introduction of arteries. Now we discuss about the capillaries. Okay. Now we go to the next page. We can see. Now we discuss about the capillary. What are capillaries? You can see in the diagram on the screen. Capillaries are the smallest blood vessels present in tissues. Underline it. Where are the capillaries present? Capillaries are present. Capillaries actually are present in the tissues, and they are in very small size. They are very smallest. They are very in small size. Okay. So what will be happen with them? Uh, these uh, these are formed by the divisions of arterioles. Okay, the exchange of materials between blood and tissue fluid is carried out through capillary. So, what is the function of capillary? Actually, the fluid. Okay, tissue fluid. Okay, the fluid which is actually the exchange of materials between blood and tissue fluid. So the materials which are exchanged between blood and tissue fluid, they are carried out through capillaries. So the walls of capillaries are composed of only a single layer of epithelial tissues. So what is the structure of capillary? The walls of capillaries are composed of only a single layer of cells, the endothelium. This layer is so that when come to the next page. Okay, you can see the layer is so thin that molecules of the digested food, oxygen and water, etc. can pass through them and enter tissue fluid. Waste products such as carbon dioxide and you can see carbon dioxide and urea can diffuse from tissue fluid into blood. Okay. So what is the structure of capillaries? I am repeating again. The walls of capillaries are composed of only a single layer of cells, and this single layer is called endothelium. This layer is so thin that molecules of digested food, for example, oxygen and water, can pass through them and enter the tissue fluid. Okay, and what is the process of coupling in capillary? The exchange of materials between blood and tissue fluid. So the function of capillary is that they can aim to exchange materials between blood and tissue fluid. Okay, and tissue fluid, and these products such as carbon dioxide and urea can diffuse from tissue fluid into the blood. So this was the introduction of our tissue fluid. Now we will discuss about the veins. What are veins? So now you can see on the screen, a vein is a blood vessel that carries blood towards heart. Okay, so vein is a blood vessel which takes excess extra blood from the relevant organ and back to the heart. In adults, all veins with the exception of pulmonary veins carry deoxygenated blood. Okay, so it is the opposite of arteries. All veins except pulmonary veins have the deoxygenated blood. Okay, so you can see veins are also very adaptive to their function. The walls of veins are composed of the same three layers as are present in artery wall, with the difference that the middle layer of vein has less smooth muscle and elastic tissues as compared to artery. So if we keep in our mind, in artery, in the structure of artery, we have discussed there are three layers of artery. First is called uppermost layer, second is called middle layer, and the last is called the innermost layer. So along with artery, the structure of the artery, the veins have same structure. They also consist of three layers, and they are same. And the outermost layer, the middle layer, and the innermost layer. But the difference is between their middle layer. Okay, the middle layer of the artery is made by okay, smooth muscles and elastic tissues, but the middle layer of vein has less smooth muscle and elastic tissue as opposed to artery. So the middle layer of vein is comparatively thin. The lumen of the vein. Okay, so what is the lumen? The hollow part of the internal vein is called lumen of the vein is broader than that of artery. So the lumen in artery is thin, but the lumen in the vein is broader. So in a tissue, capillaries join to form small venules which join to form veins. Most have flaps called walls that prevents the backflow of the blood. Okay. Now you will see the box. Vascular surgery is a field in surgery in which diseases of arteries and veins like thrombosis, etc. are managed. Surgical methods. A vascular artery surgeon treats the diseases of parts of blood circulatory system except that of heart and brain. So what is a vascular surgery? A branch of it is a branch of science. Vascular surgery it is a field of surgery in which diseases of arteries and veins are managed. Okay, so like thrombosis and other. Okay, I hope you understand the lecture. Now your lecture has been ended. Thank you.